It's me, it's D, it's the NHL Loving Flea. Okay, so last night we spent about an hour sat in a lobby waiting to get into a game on EASHL. And when we finally got into a game, we were up against a group of players who were hitting every single glitch goal that you can imagine. They were sniping from the slot, they were doing that whole wrister glitch, they were doing cross crease, just cheese. It was ridiculous. They were total tryhards, and it just really annoyed the shit out of me. They were completely unbeaten too, by the way, because after the game I went into their statistics, and it was something like 180 games, win, 0 losses. They didn't even have a draw. Now, there's got to be a way to stop shit like this from happening, and we got talking as to little ways that we could improve it. We could improve EASHL. So I made a little list because, well, that's kind of shit I do because I was bored. Now the first thing that I'd like to see brought into, it's not going to be NHL 15 because that's pretty much already made now, but maybe NHL 16 or 17. The first thing I'd like to see is an on-ice lobby. Now, how boring is the lobby screen when you're just waiting for people to join in with your team, or when you're searching for a game? It's properly dull, right? So why not have it start on the practice ice? You know, the lobby leader can go over and interact with the manager at the side, you know, where all the players are. And when he interacts with that, it brings up the menu, and then he gets the ability to search for the team and, you know, all those different parameters and shit. And all the other players in the lobby can muck around, like taking shots, practicing passing, one-timers, all that shit. And once the lobby leader selects the game and the game starts to search, he can come over and start skating around, and we can, you know, people can start passing, taking shots, who can shoot from the furthest, try and smash the glass, all that shit. This would be a great place to get, you know, practice shots, one-timers. You could even change the puck to a football or a beach ball. You know, like they do on the Mighty Ducks where he's got the beach ball? That'd be fucking awesome. You could even put some fight dummies on the ice, you know, like them MMA ones, and you could just go over, interact with them and practice fighting, you know, before the match starts. Because, well, we like to fight a lot. So, anyway, after about 10 minutes of sitting in the lobby last night, it dawned on us all that it might be a good idea to be given the opportunity to play against an AI opponent if there were nobody around to play. If there's no teams around, it should come up saying, would you like to play an AI opponent? Now, the AI teams wouldn't give you XP or anything like that, so, you know, so people couldn't spam that shit to get to Legend Level 3. But it'd be nice to actually play a game with your friends rather than just sitting there doing fuck all. Because, I mean, we're not all Legend 3. I mean, Shaft's not Legend 3. I'm only Legend 2. So, we're not all maxed out. But we don't care. We just want to play games. We just want to play games and fuck about. And that's all we want. We want to fight. We want to, you know, we'd rather have a game against shitty computer opponents than a game against fucking douchebag tryhards. Or just sitting there in the lobby. I'd rather have a game against the computer where, you know, you can just mooch about than sitting in the lobby. It really winds me up, and it really got on my nerves last night because it was really hot as well, and it was I had no beer. More variations in the actual games. When you think about EASHL, you're really limited to what you can do in regard to the actual game. If there's nobody around to play you in a season game, then that's it. There's nothing to do. I mean, every now and then you get the option to play in the playoffs, but that just boils my piss, that does. You could be playing in the lowest playoff tier and be stuck against the pro playoff champions because the game can't find anyone else to play. EA was supposed to fix that, but they didn't. Now, wouldn't it be nice to get a bigger variety of games? Like, for instance, a 2v2, a 3v3, or even the option to play against the people in your lobby if there's no other teams available. Again, with no XP to stop people from cheating to get to the higher level. But that'd be great. If there's 4 players and then there's nobody around, why can't we play 2v2 against each other? You know? Why can't we play 3v1, where one guy's the goalie, and then there's 3 people just mooching and taking shots at him? Huh? It'd just be great. Now, the next one, number 4, this is the one that I feel the most passionate about, and it's to make EASHL more in-depth, more personalizable, more unique. Now, the core EASHL experience is pretty limited when you think about it. I don't just mean with the games that I mentioned, but the whole thing. Because you basically pick a team, and that's it. That's it. That's your lot. You can change the colours on some of the kits, but that's not exactly the pinnacle of customization now, is it? So, imagine, if you will, when you start the game, you pop in your team name, you get the option to import a logo, much the same way that you can import your game face, with exceptions. You can't have like a giant dick or swearing or anything, or a big pair of tits, because you'd get banned. Obviously, you'd still get idiots trying that, but then, you get banned. Unlucky. Idiot. You can choose to colour the jerseys any way you like, and with any pattern that you want. So if you want a stripy pattern, that's fine. If you want, hoops, that's fine. If you want one half pink, one half fucking gold, doesn't matter. You can have it any way you want, all making it unique. Now, after creating the basics, you're given a choice of where to set up the team base. Now, this would be like the region. So if you're located in Manchester like us, then picking a location in Europe would be the best and would ensure that we play against other European teams. So we base ourselves in Manchester. We get to play against our arch nemesis, the French. We get to play against the Germans. We get to play against the Spanish, Irish, Scottish, Welsh. All the teams in Europe. I'm missing a ton off there, but, well, my geography isn't exactly brilliant. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to base yourself in that area. It'll just help with your connection. I mean, you could base yourself in Canada and play against Canadian teams, but if you've not got a brilliant connection, then, you're going to find lag and all that. Plus, trust me, I've played against the Canadian players. Whew. Just they're very good. They're very, very good. I played against some with Fat Cal one night, and we got fucking hurt really badly. So I like playing against the European teams. You guys are just too fucking good for me. And the Americans as well. Don't let me just boil it down to the Canadians being good. So anyway, now you have the team name, you've got your jerseys, you've got the location of the team. It's on to making the team actually individual. All right. So you now have the option of picking from 3 different rinks. 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. For the purposes of this, I'm saying 3. All 3 of them are pretty run down, pretty shitty looking. And it's your job to upgrade it to the top level. If you want, you could leave it as a shitty barn. It's totally up to you. Now, the upgrades to the arena are achieved by completing numerous tournaments against the computer. Now, before you go, oh my god, that's bullshit, that's bullshit. All of these upgrades are all cosmetic. Completely 100% cosmetic. And it's a way to replace training mode. Because training mode in NHL 14 didn't work. Well, it didn't work for us. I don't know if it worked for you guys, but it didn't work for us. Every time we went into training mode, the game crashed. It didn't work. So, if you have these tournaments against the computer, it helps train your team because you're all together. You're going to be doing that shit. It'll come up on your little statistics that you've done this tournament. You've succeeded. It'll be awesome, that kind of shit. Anyway, this is a way to train yourself and your team. Also helps to see which teams are legit as well. Think about it. Those teams that they'll play the games until they lose, and then they'll disband the team, and then they'll get the team back together again. It'll stop against that kind of shit because those teams they're not going to go through all this, all the rigmarole of completing all the tournaments to get all the bits and bobs. So when you see a team that have got a full NHL looking arena with all the bits, you'll know that that's an actual team. You know that they've put time and effort in. But if you see a team with just like the grotty area and shit, you're going to know that they're not exactly the best team in the world. Maybe they're not taking the time to do it. Maybe they are the best team in the world and they just haven't bothered. But you'll know that there's something, they're either amazing or there's something a bit weird going on there. Or maybe they are just complete shit, in which case you can just pour it on and smash them to fuck. But there's something else related to that later on, and we'll get to that later. Anyway. The tournaments vary in difficulty, and the higher the difficulty, the better the reward. So finishing a tournament on the highest difficulty could give you a brand new arena. It could give you new stands, new ice, or even smaller things like new boards around the arena, penalty boxings, or concession stands. It'd be so much nicer to see people personalise the team to make them unique rather than just skipping the intro and getting directly into the game. Shit, you could even have it that you created your own introduction as the camera flies by all the things that you've won. Just something silly and fun to think about to make the game more unique for us as players. Next would be player ratings and stats. I want to be able to check the levels of players before the game begins. When the game's about to start and the kits are being chosen, I want to see what division the opposition is in. I want to see their win-loss ratio, and I want to see the players' overall ratings, so that I can choose whether or not I actually want to play that team. There are so many times when I've been in the game with my team and the opposition players at the speed of light with shots like fucking cannons, and when we check out the scouting report, they're all maxed out Legend 3 players with playoff trophies falling out of their asses. I don't want that shit. My team, we play for fun. You know, we don't play because, wow, we've got to win. I just play just for the fun of playing. You know, I'll take my stupid slap shot from the middle of nowhere. If it goes in, brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, we like to fight, we like to hit people, and that's all we like to do. Now, next, this one here, I don't know whether or not this one would be a good idea, but it'd certainly be fun. Roller hockey. Yeah. I think after the success of NBA 2K's Blacktop and Park, it's time for the NHL franchise to go in a similar style. I'd love for the game to feature some roller hockey action, complete with no goalie option, just like the good old-fashioned mess-around hockey. Nobody had goalie pads in school. You could expand on this mode if it actually took off as well. You know, there's no goalie. It's just a bin, you know, an overturned metal bin, and people to fire the puck in there, fire the ball in there, whatever. You could have 4v4, 5v5, shit, you could have 10v10. It doesn't really matter. You could do 1v1, whatever. It doesn't matter. It'd still be so much fucking fun, that. And then that right there is just 6 ways. Just 6 little ideas. I could go on about how shit the passing system is, but, you know, that'll just fall into deaf ears in the same way that complained about how retarded the goalies are does. The passing really does suck, though. I mean, yeah. That's my pet hate. The passing in, yeah. Sort the passing out, EA. Thanks for watching, and hopefully EA sees one of these ideas and it makes it into a future title. It would be nice, especially that one with the expanding the the EASHL experience. I really like the idea of that. I think that'd be really cool. Anyway, thank you everybody, and I'll see you when NHL 15 comes out. Muchas gracias.